The season is beginning to wind down as the playoffs approach. It's late August here in the 2025 season as we continue the Colorado Rockies franchise. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for all the great feedback on the episodes lately. If you're enjoying the series, please leave a like. Those are very helpful. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Going through some stats here, we have 4 players on the offense that are over a 4 WAR this season. For the pitching, Luis Severino way out in front with a 3.6 WAR. The pitching's been a little more inconsistent. Hopefully that improves down the stretch as we continue a very critical portion of the schedule. Coming off the series victory against the Dodgers, we have the St. Louis Cardinals. And one player I wanted to talk about a little bit is Nick Solak, because he's a free agent at the end of the year, like a lot of the players we have are. And I saw a lot of support for him in the comments to get a contract extension. I really have not decided yet between guys like Ty France, Solak, or Bryan Reynolds, like who is prioritized. But there's a very strong case to make for Solak, as that's a great catch to take away a hit from him in center. Solak this season has played a few different roles, and he's hit around 300. He's hit 14 home runs on the season, and he can play just about anywhere. He's in left field right now, replacing David Geronimo, but he can play everything but shortstop and catcher. Having a player like him when you're dealing with injuries is a really big deal because you can slot him in, move players around, and he helps make a lot of things fit well with this team. On top of that, he's crushed lefties this year, 99 contact versus lefties, and he's a pretty good defender, not an elite one. And then on top of that, he has good speed at the same time. Doesn't steal many bases, but does have speed at 72. That's plenty. He, France, and Reynolds are all 30 years old. And if you just look at them all, nobody can do more than Solak, which I think gives him an edge. And I'm probably going to look to give him an extension. I'm not doing any more extensions this year. I'm waiting till the off season just because there really isn't any rush. Nothing's going to change dramatically, I wouldn't think. But Solak's a player I'd like to see stick around. When Garrett Hampson didn't work out with us, we made the trade. It was basically a do-over there because Hampson was a player who could play so many spots and was supposed to be just a solid contact hitter, good defender. We traded for Solak, and he immediately filled that need for us. So we'll continue to see how he does filling in for David Geronimo, but we pick up a win there against the St. Louis Cardinals. This is a really big stretch for us on the road. And we're going into the final game of the series now. St. Louis leads this late. Ryan Vilade has a 14-game hitting streak active right now, and he's mostly a pinch hitter. Here in the 7th with a runner on, he bounces into a 6-4-3 double play. 2 big outs for the Cardinals. Winner of this game takes this series. 2 down, Xavier Edwards pulls one deep in the air to right field, but Dylan Carlson runs it down. Rockies try again in the 8th inning. This is Solak with a drive in the air to center, but a routine play for the 2nd out. How about the team MVP? 30 home runs on the year for Rafael Devers, but he bounces to first for a quick out. Rockies still trail by 2. Lucas Sims trying to keep it from getting any worse. And he has the count run full against Nolan Arenado before losing him here with the slider away. Javi Baez hit that home run back in the Solak game, 2 for 3. Baez having a big season as this bounces away from Johnny Schaefer and Arenado takes second base. Nobody down. Rockies already down by 2. That's in the air, right center. And no one's going to get there. Reynolds lays out, comes up empty, and now tries to chase it down. Baez makes his way to third as Arenado scores. Baez is having a huge year. 31 home runs, 82 RBIs, basically his best season since 2018. Base hit center field to score Baez. Lucas Sims was a bit of a reclamation project for us this year, and unfortunately it hasn't really worked out. The 2-run deficit becomes 4, and the Rockies lose the series. 7-3, Cardinals take this game. So it's a 500 road trip to this point. At least we won that series against the Dodgers. Corbin Burnes allows 5 runs in this game, including 3 in the first inning as his season continues to go all over the place. Now we travel to take on the Washington Nationals for 4 games. And we have the update here on David Geronimo that will tell us he is going to now be out for 33 days. And if we just run through the schedule, that means he'll be back basically first week of October. So he won't miss the final series of the season. And we'll see if that series still ends up being critical. This stretch led us to lose some ground against the Dodgers. We're now 3 games back. But if we look at the wild card standings, it's looking like a 2-team battle, which means there is no battle because there are 2 spots. We go 1-2 first 3 games against the Nationals. Here in this matchup, Scott Oberg, who's been very reliable and the new setup man for Sir Anthony Dominguez, gives up 4 in the 8th inning. 3 actually charged to him. But we dropped that game, come back and beat the Nationals on the next day. So that was a 500 road trip, which I guess you can't be too upset about. But the Dodgers are now up 5.5 games. We now take care of our September call-ups, and I decided to bring up Jace Fry for another bullpen arm. While Lucas Sims struggles, let's see if Jace Fry can maybe give us a bit of a boost. And then we're also looking to call up a position player. And we're going to have a player making his debut, Aaron Shunk. Third baseman down at AAA. He's got some pop in his bat. And I think he's earned this chance to become the 28th player here on the roster. We add him to the 40-man, and he'll make his debut. Like I said, though, 5.5 games back at the Dodgers. They've been pretty hot lately. Haven't lost since August 24th against us. As we turn the schedule to September, we win a series at home against the Giants, and Taylor Rogers has come off the injured list, which means we already have to send somebody down, and we're going to send down Connor Joe. I don't feel like using up the option on Shunk quite yet before I've even really seen him play. So let's continue on as we take on the Texas Rangers here at home, as we try to gain ground on the LA Dodgers. This is the kind of series where you expect to at least get 2 wins. The Rangers are 20 games under 500, and we have our ace in Game 1, Luis Severino, the only All-Star on this team. Jason Martin hitting .346 for the Rangers, leads things off and lines one into center, right at Brian Reynolds. Severino facing our old teammate Garrett Hampson, who tries to put down a bunt there and show off his speed. He's actually playing really well this year. Him and Solak have both benefited from this trade, as Hampson grounds it to Devers and he is retired. 2 down, 2 strikes on Nate Lowe, and Severino strikes him out. Severino second in strikeouts in the majors behind only Garrett Cole. Nate Pearson makes the start for the Rangers, 4.7 ERA, a 1.5 whip. The numbers look pretty favorable for us, but he strikes out Brian Reynolds here in the first. Strikes out the first 2 batters he faces. Then Johnny Schaefer still hitting third. Count goes full. And a ground ball scooped up at third base. And a 1-2-3 inning for Pearson. To the second inning, Lazaro Armenteros. 2 down. Severino paints the inside corner. 0-2. And that one is belted to deep left field, and the Rangers strike first. I know we've faced Armenteros before, and he's done the same thing. I knew I could remember him from earlier in the series. And he puts the Rangers in front 1-0. 2 down in the inning. This is Randy Florentino, and a good pitch on the inside corner. The slider from Severino. And the fastball to close out the inning at triple digits. Bottom of the second, 1 on for Josh Bell, hitting .315. Ground ball, tough play at short, but a nice flip to second and a double play. Tejada working to his right, still helps convert the double play. With 2 down, here is Solak. And Pearson misses inside. This count goes 3-2, and Solak draws the walk. Ty France with 2 away. That one's lined over Hampson into right field. Solak rounds second. First and third for the Rockies with 2 away. Xavier Edwards with an RBI chance. And he pops it up for Florentino. And he puts away the 3rd out. Pearson out of trouble, and we move on to the 3rd, where he's hitting against Severino. Fastball, no call there for ball 3. And that one's close, but off the plate as Pearson draws a walk. Top of the order, Jason Martin. Down the line, fair ball. Pearson rounding second. And that's going to be a double. Nobody out here in the inning. Garrett Hampson is next. Good slider away, catches him out in front. And a fastball blown by him. 1-2. Got him with the slider, strike 3. Severino trying to come back in this inning. He picks up his 3rd strikeout. Now a ground ball to the right side. Pearson freezes. There's the 2nd. 1 more to go. Josh Young, way off the plate. 3-2. And that one's way too high as Severino has another walk. That extends things for Corey Dickerson. Bases loaded, and nothing close is getting the call. It's a pretty small strike zone here, and Severino, 3-2, misses low again to walk in a run. 3rd walk of the inning. And now the bases are loaded for Armenteros, who's a little under this one. And Solak makes the catch. Severino limits the damage, but Texas up 2-0. Pearson, meanwhile, started this game playing really well, picking up strikeouts and getting some easy flyouts. Nothing going on for the Rockies offense to this point, as Severino walks his 5th batter of the day to lead off the 4th. This is not normal for him. Florentino 3-2, tried to get to first on a walk and looks at strike 3 instead. Jason Martin once again with 2 down, fly to center. And that's no issue for Reynolds. Not the best start for Severino, but still just a 2-0 game. Bottom of the 4th. Out in front of the curveball as Pearson gets Devers. Now, Pearson's been inconsistent this year, but he is a fairly high strikeout pitcher. And he got the better of us to start this game. Bell gets a single, and then Solak under it. Lazy fly balls were a common theme early in this game. 2-0 heading into the 5th. Severino's pitch count approaching 80 as that's going to be a long run into left. Nate Lowe beats the shift for a double. With 2 down, Dickerson at bat. Line drive to center field. They will wave around Nate Lowe. Throw coming in. Not in time as the Rangers make it 3-0. Pearson, meanwhile, at 62 pitches. As this is fouled off by Edwards. 3-2. Got him. Changeup just under the strike zone. Rockies quiet through 5 as Tony Losi comes out of the bullpen. I've been impressed with what I've seen to this point. Florentino flied right center. Can anybody get there? Doesn't appear so. Extra bases for the catcher. 2 down, Jason Martin. Fastball called top of the zone. Ooh, swung on, missed the curveball. 1-2. Got him with the fastball. Losi's picked up a lot of strikeouts in his limited innings. Bottom 6. Swung on and missed by Brandon Nimmo. Full count against Pearson. And again, got him with the changeup. 6 strikeouts now on the day. With 1 down, Reynolds. Off of Pearson. And now Florentino trying to make the play, not in time. Pearson being checked on now. He says he's all right. He's going to stay in the game. Facing Johnny Schaefer. Grounded to third base. Starting a 5-4-3 double play. Rockies just unable to advance runners or string any hits together. Just 3 hits through 6. Brilliant start for Nate Pearson as we head to the 7th. Giving Losi a second inning. And that's a deep drive to left as Hampson homers and Coors again. Number 12 on the season. A couple batters later, Josh Young, 0-2, gets a slider, left up, and he will leave the building. 5-0 Rangers. Not the start to the series that we were hoping to see. Pearson's trying to go through 7. But he won't do so unscathed, as that is a solo drive that gets out in a hurry off the bat of Josh Bell for number 26. Finally, something going right for the Rockies, but it takes a lot more than that. 2 down, Ty France rolls 1 to short. 7 innings of 1-run ball for Nathan Pearson. Bottom of the 9th inning, John King in. It's not a save situation. Deep drive off the bat of Reynolds. Out of here into the bullpen. Don't usually line one over that bullpen fence, but Reynolds finds a way. So it's now a 3-run game. Johnny Schaefer at the plate facing a lefty. 2-0. Base hit left field. All right, you have my attention with Rafael Devers at the plate. As he falls behind. 2 strikes. And there's a drive hit well to right center field. They won't get there. Extra bases for Devers. Schaefer hits the brakes at third. And that brings the tying run to the plate with nobody out. Well, John King is done. He faces 3 batters. Couldn't retire any. And now it's a save situation for Chris Clark. And a tough one at that. 2-0 to Josh Bell. Ground ball into right field. A wicked hop, and that's going all the way to the fence. 2-run score. It's a double for Josh Bell. We suddenly have a game in the 9th inning. I haven't seen a hop like this in a while. It's pretty hard hit, but it looks like a routine play until it hits that perfect spot. And just jumps right over Nate Lowe. Trey Turner off the bench. A base hit scores him. Solak, nobody out. Grounded past the pitcher, but not into center. They got him as Trey advances to third. Trying to tie this game. France fouls off a fastball. 1-2. Strike 3. A good slider from Clark for the second out. Now it takes a hit. Xavier Edwards hitting .271. The average has fallen a little bit lately. That one's in there at the knees. 1-1. Line drive right at short, and the Rangers win the game. Anderson Tejada puts away the final out as the Rangers barely hold on for a 5-4 win. What looked like just a bad day at the ballpark turns into a heartbreaking loss for the Rockies that was right within reach at the end. Nate Pearson still gets his W after a great day. Now, I need you to pay attention here. We dropped that first game to the Rangers. Game 2, Saturday. Jake DeGrom takes the mound. And that's going to be the last time he does so, it looks like, this season. He suffers a head fracture, and he's out for 6 months, which means he's done for the season. So a head fracture for a pitcher, you'd have to think that's a line drive, hit back at him. That is a huge injury. We lose the game as well. DeGrom only gave up 1 run. The bullpen fell apart after the 6th inning. But now we have to figure out how we're going to replace Jake DeGrom. That is just such a huge loss for us, as the pitching was already pretty inconsistent this year, but you'd expect to get good starts out of Severino and DeGrom most days. DeGrom's been very reliable, and that leaves a massive hole in this starting rotation. And it's going to adjust all of our plans. The highest rated starting pitcher we have that isn't at the majors is Michael Wilkerson, who was drafted same year as Johnny Schaefer, 2nd round, 1st pick. He's a 78 overall, and he has dominated AAA this year. The plan was for him to hopefully continue to do so and get his chance maybe next year in spring training. But now I think with us having to make a move for the rotation, he's going to have to come up. There are some other players down at AAA who have done well, but Wilkerson has been the best and is the highest rated. So I think it's going to be his chance next episode. It's not his time, energy, and stuff. I'm not calling him up yet to make a start. But I want to go through one more game today against the Rangers. Now, we've already dropped the first 2 games, so we're just trying to get 1 win. Corbin Burnes needs to step up as this rotation's new number 2 guy. I don't think he's quite matched the expectations this year, but he's capable of great starts. Consistency has been his main issue. That and the home runs. But he's got a fantastic cutter. He gets a couple strikeouts to begin the game. Trying to go 1, 2, 3. Here's Nate Lowe. Ground ball, he beats the shift again, just like he did in that other game we played. But now the throw coming into second. They got him. That is Zach Veen in left field. He might have the best arm in the outfield on this team. Bottom of the 1st inning, and we get the offense started off here with a base hit by Brandon Nimmo. Brian Reynolds, fair ball down the left field line. A convenient hop to the left fielder, and Nimmo takes 3rd. 1st and 3rd. Here's Schaefer with that changeup missing away. Kraus, 3-2. Loses Johnny. The bases are loaded. Nobody out. And you got to face Rafael Devers. Missing off the plate, 3-2. Called ball 4 above the zone, and we walk in a run. They're still loaded up. 2 batters later. Zach Veen in the air. This hit well to right center field. But it's going to stay in the yard as we will tag from 3rd to make it 2-0. Nice start for the Rockies. Here is Corey Dickerson facing Burnes, driven deep to left center field. The home runs continue to crush Corbin Burnes. Dickerson's 6th of the season. 2-1 game, bottom of the 2nd, as Nimmo sends a sky ball to deep center field. Back goes Morton as this one is gone. Brandon Nimmo's been hitting for great power recently. He's gone deep 21 times. A 3-1 game. Now a drive to right. Anderson Tejada. Solo home run off Burnes. The home run derby suddenly shows up to Coors Field. It's a 3-2 game. Trey Turner, deep to right. That one's not gone, but it is extra bases. He'll be in with a 1-out double in the 4th. Brandon Nimmo already taking his 3rd trip to the plate. 2 hits on the day. Why not make it 3? RBI single, putting the Rockies up a pair. That's more like it for this offense. Top of the 5th now. Poked into center. That'll drop in for Armenteros. But only the 2 solos off Burnes to this point. He's doing a fine job. But after the base hit, he walks Sam Huff. Anderson Tejada already homered. Now, nice play at short. The flip to second, and that's all, as Josh Bell has to save that one. They keep Hans Kraus in to hit here in the 5th, and the pitcher delivers a fly ball to right. With great speed at third, there is little chance of competing there. Rangers make it a 1-run game, and Burns has a strikeout to end the inning. 5-3 ball game. Kraus stays in, and Devers takes him out. Right field and gone. Another solo home run. This is Coors Field baseball. He's still in the game. Josh Bell a little out in front of that one. 2-2. Hammered deep to right field. If it's fair, it's gone. And that ball is out of here. Yet another home run for the Rockies. Number 28 for Josh Bell. A 6-3 game. Hampson inside out to second base. Nicely done. Burns had a little trouble earlier in the game, but he pitched through this game at a really good pace. Reaching for one, strike 3 to close the 6th inning, and Burns hasn't even thrown his 70th pitch. So he pitches into the 7th. A little two-hopper from Dickerson, 1 away. 2 batters make it 3 later. Anderson Tejada, flied to left. Solak puts it away. Great job by Corbin Burns, the kind of start we needed from him, despite the homers. Reynolds in the air to left field, and that one is gone. Solo home run. Everybody's joining the fun. Rockies have a nice lead as we move on to the 8th inning. Tried to keep Burns in there, but he gives up a leadoff single. Jason Martin next. He's hitting .350, and he drops one into left field. Jace Fry trying to show he should stay on the Major League roster. That gets away from Schaefer. It's trouble as both runners move into scoring position. 2-0 to Hampson. He grounds it to short. Will trade a run for an out. But it's a 3-run game. Nate Lowe flied over the head of Devers, but he'll get there in shallow left. Josh Young with 2 down. Rolls it over to Bell. No issue, and still a 3-run lead. Why not give the young guy a chance? It's Aaron Shunk. He's already made his debut coming off the bench, but I haven't had a chance to hit with him here at the major leagues yet. Fouls off a changeup. 3-2. A bouncer to the right side. Out of reach, and he's aboard. Aaron Shunk with a single. Later in the inning, Jeffrey Springs facing Johnny Schaefer as he gets a piece of the outside corner. 2 strikes. And we have liftoff. Johnny Schaefer to deep left field. Number 10. And the 5th Rockies home run of the ball game. When this offense gets going, there's not much that can slow them down. In the 9th, Jose Alvarado had an interesting inning. But with the bases loaded, the inning comes to an end, and he didn't allow a run at least. Rockies take the final game, but drop the series to the Rangers. We're not playing good enough ball right now to gain ground on the LA Dodgers. And you wonder now, missing Jake DeGrom, if we're going to have a good chance of being able to do it at all. We now trail by 6 games. There's still a good month to go in the season, so anything is possible, especially if the Dodgers do have one more cold streak in them this year, if they ever even have cold streaks. But I think next episode, it's time to break out Michael Wilkerson for him to make his debut. Let me know what you think down below. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please leave a like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next one. It should be a fun one. Have a great day, everybody.